Once upon a time, in the city of Takkasila in northern India, there lived a renowned teacher. He was famous not only for his knowledge, but also for his remarkable ability to teach. People from far and wide sought his wisdom. In the city of Benares, a wealthy family had a son. From the day he was born, they kept a sacred fire burning, believing it would bring him blessings. When he turned 16, his parents gave him a choice. They said, "If you want to be reborn in a high heaven, take this sacred fire into the forest and worship the fire god. But if you wish to live as a family man, learning to manage our wealth, go study under the great teacher of Takkasila." The young man replied, "I don't want to be a holy man. I want to live a happy life as a family man." So, his parents sent him to study with the famous teacher, giving him 1,000 gold coins to pay for his education. After years of study, the young man graduated with honors and returned home. But his parents, especially his mother, still wished for him to become a holy man. She thought, "My son wants to marry and start a family, but he doesn't realize how dangerous a wicked woman can be. I must find a way to teach him this lesson." So she asked her son, "Did you only earn the ordinary degree without obtaining the unhappiness degree?" Confused, he replied, "I only earned the ordinary degree." His mother then said, "You're not fully educated until you understand unhappiness. Go back to your teacher and ask for the unhappiness degree." Obediently, the son returned to Takkasila and found that his teacher had retired to the forest to care for his elderly, blind, and frail mother, who was 120 years old. When the young man explained why he had returned, the teacher realized what the boy's mother wanted him to learn. The teacher said, "To earn the unhappiness degree, you must take care of my mother as I do. Bathe her, feed her, and care for her with your own hands. While you do, tell her how beautiful she must have been in her youth, even though she is old now. And whatever she says to you, report it back to me honestly." The young man agreed and began caring for the old woman, constantly complimenting her on her beauty. Over time, these words stirred desire in the old lady's mind. Although she knew she was blind and frail, she thought, "This young man must want to be with me as a husband." One day, she asked him, "Do you want to be with me like a husband and wife?" Surprised, the young man replied, "Of course I do, but how could I? Your son is my teacher, and it would cause a scandal. I cannot dishonor him." She then said, "If you really want to be with me, kill my son." Shocked, the young man said, "How could I kill my teacher, who has been so kind to me?" She responded, "If you promise to stay with me, I will kill him myself." The student immediately reported everything to the teacher, who wasn't surprised. The teacher then checked his mother's horoscope and discovered that it predicted her death that very day. To test her, the teacher carved a life-size statue of himself from a soft tree branch and placed it in his bed, covering it with a sheet. He attached a string to the statue and handed it to the student along with an axe. He instructed the student to give these to his mother and tell her it was time to act. The young man did as instructed, leading the blind old woman to the bed where she felt the statue and believed it to be her son. Trembling, she raised the axe and struck the statue, only to hear a thud as it hit the wood. The teacher then called out, "Mother, what are you doing?" Realizing she had been deceived, the shock was too much for her, and she died on the spot, just as the horoscope had foretold. The teacher respectfully cremated his mother's body and offered flowers on her ashes. Then he turned to his student and said, "There is no such thing as the unhappiness degree. Your wise mother wanted you to understand how wicked some women can be, and my mother has taught you this lesson. Return to your mother, who cares deeply for your well-being." When the young man returned home, his mother asked, "Have you earned the unhappiness degree?" He replied, "Yes, mother." She then asked, "Do you still wish to live as a family man, or would you rather seek peace as a holy man?" The son replied, "I have seen with my own eyes the evil that can exist in women. I no longer wish to marry or start a family. I will seek peace as a forest monk." He then left his parents, and after many years of peaceful meditation in the forest, he passed away and was reborn in a high heaven. Moral: wickedness between men and women brings unhappiness to both.